The once in a lifetime, for many of us, Texas total solar eclipse is right around the corner, and I want to talk to you about some trouble that might be on the way. And I don't mean something that's going to be harmful, but something that certainly could affect our enjoyment of this amazing event. So just to get you up to date, this is what's going to happen as we head toward about 1 p.m., between 1 and 2 p.m. On April the 8th. Now, this is not to scale because the sun is huge and it's 93 million miles away. But basically, you have the sun, you have the earth, and the moon passes between the two of us in just the right way to cast a very small shadow on the surface of the earth. In fact, how small is it? It's only between 60 and 100 miles wide. That's why not everybody can see it, and that's why it's such a special event. Lunar eclipses are sort of the opposite. When the moon is on the other side, and since the earth is so much bigger, the earth can cast a shadow on the moon, and just about everybody gets a chance to see it. It just isn't quite as exciting. But when you're in that area, and we're close to it here in Houston, it's a pretty exciting and, like I said, really once in a lifetime, maybe twice in a lifetime sort of event, depending on how willing you are to drive or fly. So here's the outline of where the totality is going to be. So this is the eclipse path, which takes us from down here in parts of the Rio Grande Valley across Austin and back over to Dallas. So this strip is the area that's going to have totality, meaning the moon covers the entire disk of the sun in the sky. Incidentally, in the Houston-Galveston area, we're still going to have about 90 to 92% coverage. I mean, that's pretty good. It's just not as dramatic. And around here, by the way, you cannot take off your solar glasses. Now, that's if we can see the eclipse. So this is the path of the eclipse. So I have this set up here. This is Monday, not this Monday, but the following Monday, April the 8th, starting at 1:30 in the afternoon. And this is the path that the eclipse is going to take. Now, this shadow is the area of what we call totality of the total solar eclipse. So it moves toward places like Kerrville. A lot of folks are going to Kerrville because that is right in the middle, which means they're going to have the longest time with the sun covered, about 4.5 minutes. From there, it moves over places like Killeen and Waco, and it will pass by the Dallas-Fort Worth area where they'll get a little sliver of it, and then making its way past places like Little Rock, Indianapolis, another popular place to be, and then western New York around Buffalo. So what about us? What am I concerned about? Well, let's take a look at this, guys. So what I'm showing you right now is the GFS computer model. So that's Global Forecast System. This is what we refer to as the American model. We share it with you a lot during hurricane season, for example. But this model goes out 16 days, and so it allows us to see very far into the future what some of the possibilities are. Now, narrowing it down to an exact moment, like for example 2 p.m. on Monday, April the 8th, is a little difficult to do, but we can look at trends, and I'll show you that in this case the trend of the models, not just the American model, but even the latest days of the European model, have been showing cloud cover rolling in here to Texas. So look, this is Saturday, April the 6th, April the 7th, and then finally Eclipse Day. And will you look at this? This is a plot of what's called total cloud cover, the output from the American GFS model, and it is showing widespread clouds across Texas, and also, by the way, some rain. I didn't want to really distort the map too much or make it too busy by putting rain, but there is also some rain embedded in this. So what will happen if the eclipse is coinciding with cloudy skies? Well, it is going to be a major bummer because we will not be able to see the corona around the outside of the sun. It isn't going to be that dramatic sort of experience. That being said, it is still going to be pretty spooky, even for us here in Houston, because the sky will be cloudy, it may be raining, and then it will literally turn to nighttime for a few minutes. And I think that's still going to be pretty cool. I hope that the models are wrong on this. It still is a ways off, but something to keep in mind. If you have any plans to maybe travel close to the area of totality for the eclipse, you might want to make sure, if you have booked a hotel, that you're allowed to cancel that with no penalties, because it may be a little bit of a want-want for us here in Texas. Please stay with us on the Fox Local app. And we actually have a shelf, what we call a shelf here, which is going to be a series of videos that you can scroll down to for more and more information as we get closer and closer to this once-in-a-lifetime event.